My name's Jake Carlson, and I'm the founder of the Apologist Project. The Apologist Project is a nonprofit that provides a crowdsourced, AI-infused ecosystem for Christian apologetics. Let's dive into what that means exactly. First, let's talk about what an apologist is. So an apologist is someone who speaks or writes in defense of someone or something that is typically controversial, unpopular, or subject to criticism. So in the realm of Christianity, a Christian apologist is someone who defends the faith. A very well-known verse in the Bible with regards to Christian apologetics would be this one out of 1 Peter 3:15 and 16. In your hearts, revere Christ as Lord. Always be prepared to give an answer to everyone who asks you to give the reason for the hope that you have. But do this with gentleness and respect, keeping a clear conscience, so that those who speak maliciously against your good behavior in Christ may be ashamed of their slander. So what are the problems we want to solve through the Apologist Project? Well, there are two main threads. The first one is community for believers, and the other one is truth for seekers. For community for believers, there are definitely plenty of apologetics materials online, but there's no centralized, crowdsourced, curated marketplace for those materials. The Christian apologetics community is fractured, often behind paywalled communities that follow a specific ministry. And it's great that those folks can find community there, but we really want to create more of an all-encompassing community for everyone to exchange ideas and discover new apologetics for themselves. But we're also evangelistic, so truth for seekers. Right now, AI is kind of taken over the world, especially the conversational AIs with ChatGPT and others. And those AIs have a secular bias. If you just ask them a question, the answer will come back with the bias. Every AI is fine-tuned with certain biases. So we've created a custom AI that enhances and espouses a Christian bias. The other part of this, though, is there are a lot of seekers out there that want to engage with the Christian faith, but they don't want to start a fight. They don't want to go to a Christian and ask a provocative question for fear of, number one, losing an argument, but also, even if they're good at arguing, for alienating somebody else or getting into a fight or something like that, right? So being able to search for answers more quick than a Google search is definitely needed in the world. All right, so what's our solution? Well, it's cake. I'm not much of a cake person myself, more of an ice cream man, but that acronym just didn't fit with what we wanted to do here, so it's cake. All right, so what does cake mean? So first point here is it's crowdsourced, but it's curated, right? So apologetics ministries, publishers, and independent apologists will submit their content. We will curate the content, meaning we will approve it, and we will not let anything outside the bounds of Christian orthodoxy be listed. And then on the community side, the crowd will review and discuss the content. That's the crowdsourced bit of it, both the content uploading and also the reviews of it. Next is AI-infused. So we've used the latest advancements in AI to index that content and make it available in a conversational AI. And also, anyone can go ahead and create a customized version of that conversational AI to suit their purposes as well with specific sources. So if you're an independent apologist or an apologetics ministry and you want to kind of promote the materials that your particular authors have written, then you can create a custom agent with just those materials, and the responses will cite sources from those materials only. Next point is knowledge. So this is going to be the most comprehensive library of Christian apologetics and worldview materials that the world has ever seen. There are plenty of apologetics resources, but everything's fractured. So there's plenty of apologists who have garnered quite a following, and that's great. And we want to promote them, by the way, but we want a meeting place for all of those resources to come together and for people to judge for themselves which ones are valuable and which ones are less valuable. The community aspect of this, though, is important as well. So we're going to use gamification techniques to solicit that wisdom of the crowd. And the final point here is it's an ecosystem. So it's not just a directory of resources, it's not just discussion forums, it's not just ratings and reviews, and it's not just an advertising platform for apologetics ministries and independent apologists to advertise their events or content. It's all of those things. The goal of this endeavor here is to create an entire ecosystem for Christian apologetics. So it's very sticky, and we have a wide breadth of ability for people to communicate regarding this topic. All right, so why do we need to do this now? Recent polls have shown that the knowledge of Christian doctrine is definitely on the downward trend. Church attendance is slipping. And the problem is that, especially for this newer generation, their entire lives almost are spent online. And so while we do espouse the need for human contact and human conversation, we need to meet them where they are first. They're online. And if the only Christian doctrine they ever hear is in the pew, if they don't ever get to the pew, then they won't hear that, right? So in a sense, the mission here is to meet them where they are, and that is in the digital realm. And that's why we're creating beautiful products that will appeal to them. All right, kind of our mantra here is be curious, be humble, learn boldly together. So here's like an overview of all of our products. These are all centered around resources and ministry tools for Christian apologetics. Well, this is our flagship product. This is called Apologist Agent. This tool is available for free forever for everyone. This conversational interface has been visited from people all around the world. In fact, just last week, I got an email randomly from somebody in Kazakhstan telling me how useful this tool has been in kind of understanding the Christian religion and so forth. It's available in about 10 languages, and I don't know all those languages, but I'm told that the responses are quite good in those languages as well. So this is the first one. It's available at apologist.ai. Apologist Beacon is an embeddable version of Apologist Agent that anyone can put onto their website. So importantly though, there are tons of different tools out there, both secular and Christian, that allow organizations to upload the materials and make them available as a corpus of data for some kind of chat bot to use as context to respond. And that's awesome, and that's what we do as well. But the twist for us is that the corpus that it's drawing from is crowdsourced and it's topical, right? It's not just about a church's own doctrines or information. It's about the entire Big C church, universal church, encompassing all three major branches of Christianity. Anything that's been uploaded by anyone and made available to Agent will be in the corpus and used in context for its responses. So it's more of a community-centric approach rather than insular. Apologist Social is available at apologist.com, and it's right now, first and foremost, a directory of Christian apologetics resources. But that will also be where discussions, ratings, reviews, and some advertising will be able to occur for those apologetics ministries. And then finally, Apologist Ignite is our administrative interface for managing all of those sources. So that will be where ministries, independent apologists, perhaps publishers of Christian apologetics works will go and upload their materials to be made available on Apologist Social and Apologist Agent. And they have really fine-grained control, and as well as performance charts and so forth. All right, so how can you get involved? First and foremost, we need lots and lots of prayer, please. None of this is going to happen without God. And we've definitely seen his hand in it. We've seen his blessing through many things that I'd be happy to discuss with you if you ever want to hit me up. The other thing we need are connections. So if you are watching this and you know a popular Christian apologist or even an up-and-coming Christian apologist who might be interested in more exposure through our platform, definitely get them in touch with us, or at least have them check out our website. If they want to find out more about our organization, apologistproject.org. And if you have any access to any publishers who publish Christian apologetics works, that would be great. And of course, this is a nonprofit. Any financial support or donations would be greatly appreciated. And also, if you're a Christian apologetics ministry or any kind of Christian organization that's involved with Christian worldview whatsoever, and you'd like to advertise on apologist.com, definitely hit us up and we can talk over what the options are. Got a QR code right here if any of you watching this are interested in donating as well. All right. So we just want to end with this. The time is now to do something like this. The apologetics landscape there's tons of materials in there, but how are people finding them, right? People are searching on Google, just getting a recommendation for a friend, and those things might be fine, right? But what we want to create is a centralized location where all of those apologetics materials can be reviewed and compared and contrasted with each other. And we want the cream to rise to the top. We want the best apologetics materials, the most effective tools in ministering to non-believers to rise to the top through the collective wisdom of the crowd. We're not here to compete with apologetics ministries. We're here to promote them, but we want to promote all of them on our platform. Thanks for your time.